You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Finley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray. Sailor Murray.
Sailor Murray. There's an echo for some reason.
Yeah, well,
We are here with you with a Coming Attractions episode. Talk about the news and all the good stuff. Not a lot of news.
Nope.
Not a lot of stuff.
Not a lot going on out there. Robert Pattinson is still going to be Batman. I read that apparently the young crowd, I don't know how they do these things. I don't know if they went and asked people of a certain age. Apparently they're really liking the fact that he's been cast.
Yeah.
So maybe... Yeah, we said we didn't have a problem with it, and I don't. I think it's good.
No, I think it's...
Spice it up a little bit.
I think it's going to be okay. I'm just reserving judgment at this point. I'd like to see some stuff. And
I would like to see some stuff too. Batman's ass. Maybe we'll see Robert Pattinson's ass as the badass.
New bat nipples.
Yep.
Oh,
I know one of the comics they showed his penis. They showed Batman naked.
Yes.
Recently.
Yes,
maybe
I did.
Maybe they'll bring that one, and maybe we'll see the Batwang.
Wow, we're finally getting deep into why you're writing so much Twilight fanfic.
You damn right.
But
I call it Twilight fan dick, but whatever.
Yeah, but no, I was happy that it's receiving positive reviews. Just for once to hear something positive coming from the internet is good enough for me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
My God.
It's
Bill and Ted 3 is filming officially. I think it started today.
Yeah, as is the prequel series for Game of Thrones. Yes.
Now that you mentioned Game of Thrones, what we just looked at before.
Oh, Jesus.
If you go, you have to do this. You got to look at, I'm sure the pictures there just easily. Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones wants to play Boy George. If they're, I don't know if they're speaking about a biopic, but if you put the two pictures together of her in Game of Thrones and Boy George, it's like, I can't even tell. I don't even know who I'm jacking off to anymore.
I do. Boy George.
Of course, come on.
But it's funny because right when you said it, I'm like, oh my God, like, totally.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I feel like that was born of a drunken, like, party. Her and her friends.
Jennifer Lawrence was there.
Yeah, they're all around and they're like, you should play Boy George. And then all of a sudden, like, somebody heard and is like, that's the most brilliant thing I've ever heard.
I'll bet you it came from her eyebrow sculptist. He was like, you girl should play Boy George. You know whose eyebrows you got? Boy George's.
Or it was like an inspirational thing. It was a sassy eyebrow sculpt
Of course.
person. Well, yeah, they're all sassy. I get it. But their skull. He's going and he's like, I did Boy George's eyebrows, and you, ma'am, are no Boy George. And she's like, I'll show you. I will be Boy George.
Yeah.
So
I'll fucking show you. He did it just to get under his skin, and it worked.
Yeah.
He's into that kind of shit. Doesn't have much of a life. When he sculpts, he plants the seeds.
He doesn't even do
for
the threading.
rebellions.
So the old-fashioned plucking.
Yep.
Because this is like, I'm picturing this as a chubby 53-year-old gay dude who's just like only wears Hawaiian shirts
and Crocs.
Yeah, Crocs, and then like just denim like super cargo shorts that have like extra cargo pockets on every side.
Oh my God, extra denim.
For like, there's like tweezers and combs and every single thing.
Everything. What else is going on out there?
Not a lot. Fellow Canadian Dan Levy won the MTV Movie Award.
When was that?
Well, it wasn't the MTV. It's just the MTV Awards now. Kind of covers everything. It was shot this past weekend.
Who hosted it?
Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi. Oh, Shazam.
Shazam! So he won. It was like Best Supporting Actor in a TV show for Schitt's Creek, which is a Canadian show starring Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara and Dan Levy. Obviously.
Awesome.
Dan Levy is, for people who don't know, Dan Levy is the son of Eugene Levy. It's not.
He's the perfect casting.
Also
like,
looks.
Holy God.
Also looks a lot like Johnny Galecki.
Yes, I agree. Yes, he does.
I responded. I saw the picture of him, and my response was, "Why didn't you ever play Johnny Galecki's brother?"
Why aren't you Johnny Galecki's brother? Question mark. That's the question.
Yeah, just
he's like, well, because we never had the same parents.
Yeah, because Eugene Levy never fucked Mrs. Galecki, I guess.
You know,
or maybe she did.
do Stifler's mom, but who hasn't, right?
Oh, that's right.
Stifler's mom's got it going on.
Jennifer Coolidge. That means big boobs. I just invented that.
Put those big titties in the cooler, baby.
Our Toronto Raptors
Oh,
Are they
only because
national?
we won.
Yeah. No,
It's like when you have a child and they've done something wrong, you're like, get your child away from me.
Well, I'll tell you, most of our American listeners won't have even seen
like,
anything
who's
from
the
this because
Raptors?
it got completely blocked from U.S. television. But
There was a terrorist attack at
Yeah.
the arena
There
for
was-
the first game.
Yes.
The team, the team that was supposed to play Golden State never showed up, but a terrorist group showed up and ruined it.
They could be actual Raptors for all the average.
Yes.
Actually, no. This has
Yes.
been. This was a very a crazy highly viewed NBA Finals.
Because Canada was involved,
We
baby.
did it. We put asses in seats.
Yep.
But
Drake,
yeah.
assistant head coach.
Yeah, imagine if Jack Nicholson had that much fervor on the side of the.
Oh, he doesn't.
LA
He used
Lakers.
to. He's
Well, but he doesn't do he's not getting up and giving massages to the coach.
I saw
and
a
stuff
picture
like
of
that.
him recently, and it was him he had like a quadruple burger and like fries going. And he had mustard all over his face.
Oh,
and I was
he's-
like, "Sir," I was like, "You have put your time in."
He's brandoing now.
Oh yeah, I was like,
He's
"Dude,
so
what's the,
brandoing.
he's probably like 80. He's probably banged more people than are in the arena at that one time.
Yeah, no.
and he's now just like, I don't give a shit.
Oh, it
I
must
would
be
have
so
once you
nice.
put your time in. Who cares?
Oh, it must be so nice. And just
pull your pants on,
endless,
take a dump right in the popcorn box,
and
just
probably
leave
just
it
like
there.
endless trucks of money just on residuals. Just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This is
Absolutely.
Batman. This is terms of endearment. Like whatever.
Exactly.
And then somebody comes up with like a $5 bill and he's like, yeah, this is Little Shop of Horrors, the original.
He also gets paid. Roger Corman's taking all that money. Ain't no fucking way he didn't sign that contract. There's no fucking way. No. They always said like you got to be kind to Roger Corman because you work with him on the way up and also the way down.
Yeah.
So when you're coming back down, you'll see him again. So don't be a shit.
That's actually a really cool saying. I like that a lot. That's neat.
That might have been Bruce might have said that years ago. I'll give that. I don't want to get sued for Bruce. I don't want to get sued for something that counts. Like,
Yeah, he doesn't listen to this show.
Like,
None of our friends support us.
friends?
Yeah. Well, whatever. Whatever they was.
Was.
They're all dead to me.
Woo!
But yeah,
One tear of blood.
but the Raptors stuff was crazy because 2 million people showed up for the parade.
Dear
It
God.
was the-
How many people in Toronto? 3 point something mil?
Yeah, they're about
4 point something?
No, it's getting too high
3
now.
something. Yeah.
But it's
I think it's like 2,900,000 and something
and 6.
Yeah.
But the
in the 6.
and this I won't call it that. Sorry, Drake. No, but apparently when they won the championship, they went to Vegas and they were supposed to fly home on Saturday.
Some of them say that. They woke up at the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Fuck, I can't go home
They
like this."
they all stayed.
Some of them came back early.
Oh, maybe yeah. I don't know.
No, sorry, not early.
Yeah, but on time.
Right.
But anyways, the bulk of them stayed, and Drake flew them all back on his
On his
private
private
jet.
jet. That is so killer.
But the parade, though, it was so crowded. It looked like fucking World War
Who the
Z.
fuck wants to go to this parade? Why in God's name?
I was watching it on TV, and I was having panic attacks, seeing how close together people were like packed and stuff like that. But literally, the buses and stuff, with people all in front of it, it looked actually. I say World War Z. It looked more like the remake.
You
of
mean
Dawn
World
of-
War Z?
I know. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to please everybody here. But
No one's pleased.
I know that's usually what happens.
Right, exactly.
It's
yeah.
like me at an orgy. I try to please everybody. Nobody's happy. Not even me. But yeah, it looked more like remember in the Dawn of the Dead remake when they
Yeah.
did up that bus and there was
Yes.
all the that's what it
The
looked
bus
like.
is rocking.
And they did not. They had like
got the chainsaws
Yeah.
coming out the side.
yeah, they might as well have done that.
Yeah.
Because like literally people were just reaching and then as the bus passed, people would like pile in behind it and there were 3 cops that are keeping people off. Like people at Nathan Phillips Square. It's just the sound from this thing. The less you touch that thing, the less noise.
I know.
you
I
make.
just banged it. Now I don't hear nothing. Whatever. You still hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever.
But the Nathan Phillips Square, which is where City Hall is and all that, they had giant crowd, obviously, people lining up from like the previous night and that. There's these big arches and people were climbing up the arches. And then
It sounds like Nathan Phillips Square.
literally said Nathan
Oh,
Phillips
sorry.
Square.
I was thinking about the carnage.
No, yeah, I know. I was just thinking about bodies everywhere. And not the ones of the shooting we feel for those people.
Yes.
But
What a fucking ruiner to a party, man.
I know.
Come on.
I saw it coming a billion miles away.
Well, of
I was just like,
course.
that many people get into a friggin' tight space, some weird shit's gonna happen.
yeah.
But anyways, so
Don't
people
bring your gun to like a rally, you know, like a fun time. Who brings their gun to the fun time parade?
don't bring your gun anywhere.
Yeah, like-
if you have a gun for self-defense, like for home defense, it should be at home.
That is
if
correct.
You
Unless
have
you brought your home with you.
That's true. Yeah. I live in my pocket.
Exactly.
But and then if you use it to hunt, unless you're hunting the world's most dangerous game, man, which is an expensive endeavor, and it's only I think iced tea and ice cube that you can hunt.
And
it's got to be an ice person.
vanilla ice.
Yeah,
To a lesser extent.
yeah, and it costs nothing for that one.
Yeah.
I think you just go out and do it. Cops won't even like bat an eye. But the please don't do
borrow
that.
my gun. Yeah.
Please, I'm so afraid that we have like our one listener's a crazy person who's going to be. They said I could shoot you, but don't do that.
Oh my God. At least get us on the map.
Yeah, that'd be a weird
Do
map
it.
to get
I
on.
dare you.
We'll be on with that
It'll be
Kyle
in their notes.
Khrushchev or whatever, who's the kid who got into Harvard and like he was going to get into Harvard and like all of his like texts and stuff came out. He was like N-word, 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 and then he was like kill all the Jews, and then he had a. He was talking about some
sounds
girl.
like a couple pages out of my diary.
Yeah, and then there was so they were talking about some girl, and she's like, "Oh, she only likes N-word jocks," and like I'm sitting there, I'm like, I literally had to get into a fight
Maybe
with
he's
somebody.
gangsta.
I had to get into a fight with somebody about how that might be construed as racist.
You
Literally,
think?
he defended the guys from Boston, to be fair, but
Boston.
but no, just defending him. They're like, it's not, because I called it a hate crime. I'm like, you know what? Or somebody was like defending him. They're like, oh, why? Like, it's just kids being kids. I'm like, well, you know, and they're like, Harvard should like have a better standard. I'm like, I think that no hate crimes is a pretty simple standard to maintain.
Well, I don't
and
know
then
if
they're like,
you
well,
have
it's
to
not a
do
hate
something.
crime.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's not a hate crime.
It isn't,
It's
and
just hate speech.
and that's what I said. I was just like, I'm using hyperbole, but
Right.
It's
still hate speech. Though.
Yeah, it's completely
it's
hate
in the
speech.
same realm.
And then they're like, "Oh, you didn't make mistakes when you were a kid." I'm like, "This is a list of shit I didn't
How many
say
times
as
do you
a
think as
teenager."
a child? I know we swore. We got in trouble.
Yeah.
Man, your dad yelled at us when he heard us swearing down there.
Yeah, I remember
Remember
that.
We were down there under the tree.
Yeah.
Fucking around.
Oh, Dad, my dad's dead now. Fuck you.
Man. What?
I just flipped up my dead father, like
My dad's not dead, but fuck you too.
days before the anniversary of his death.
Oh my lord, it is.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Anyways, love you, Dad. But don't yell at us when
I
we're
just
swearing.
forgot what my
But
point
no,
even was.
No, it's the idea of the hate speech and kids being
Oh
kids.
yeah, but we weren't talking and this and
No.
that and hate this person, hate that.
No.
I'm sure we said a lot of insensitive things like we do on this show. But
Nope.
it was never
I don't think
like
we've ever
it
said
was
one.
never like that.
No, never, because we're not racist. It's weird how people who aren't racist just don't throw
say
that stuff
things
out.
like that. Yeah.
It's
So
like,
so this guy comes out and then they try and justify it.
yeah. And everybody's coming out, and now they're basically like, "Oh, Harvard, you should let him in." And Harvard's like, "How about not?" And like,
Yeah, we feel that they should have higher
yeah.
standards at
And then
Harvard.
the kid, he was on
no
like
shit.
the kid was on CNN, and he's like, "Hey, Harvard was like
Is this-
started by like slave owners," and they're like, "Okay." And the guy stopped him right then and there. He's like, "That was 250 years ago. Your tweets were, or your like texts were 2 years ago."
Why? Okay, so
And
does
then the
this
guy's like,
actually
okay.
garner national attention? Does this deserve
No.
him to be? And okay, so wait, so
Yeah.
you've come out with a bunch of these. All your racist tweets have come out and everything, and all your
Yeah.
manifestos and everything. And they ask you, "Hey, why don't you come on to CNN and talk to us?" Like,
Yeah.
why
No.
the fuck would you go on to there?
It's not. Yeah, that's the big
you know they're
thing.
gonna grill you. Not to mention,
Yeah.
doesn't the kid have a lawyer?
Yeah, I would suggest. No, I think he's trying to. I think he thinks he's garnering sympathy towards
That's what.
him.
But I mean, somebody should have
But-
told him, "Listen, dude, they don't have any. This is
Yeah.
a reverse lynching. I
Well,
guess.
what's-
Not a lynching,
What's
but
yeah, no, yeah, yeah, maybe the wrong
they're,
choice,
they're
but
out
yeah.
to get you.
But the whole idea too.
I'm not saying he was in the right, but I'm saying they're out to
No.
get you. When you go there, they're going to be like,
Yeah, they're
they're going to stick it to you. And if you're
Yeah.
some stupid, uneducated guy that drops the N word every fourth word,
yeah. But he's just like, it was the whole thing. But this has been happening a lot now, is just the divide. Every time one of these things happens, the conservatives are all like, because he did something a conservative would do, are all like, well, no, he didn't do anything wrong. Boys will be boys. And I got into an argument, and somebody was talking about James Gunn. Like, that was the comparison. He's like, well, James Gunn got his stuff back. I'm like, well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. Thing number one, he accepted his punishment. Even though
and it wasn't nearly that bad.
no, but well,
Wasn't nearly as bad as that guy.
It's degrees because they're like, well, he's talking about child molestation and stuff like that.
That's a funny topic.
It's hilarious. But no, but the idea. So I was like, okay, if I take those two things as being 100% equal, James Gunn apologized before he got caught.
Yeah.
He came out ahead of it.
You gotta
and
own it
was
before
like,
you. That's what you gotta do.
Whereas, and he did that, and that was also 10 years before. Then it came out. Then he got fired, and then he still accepted it.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy, something like the kids he's still hanging around with, like he's in the same school. Like not much has changed. Sorry, he can't tell me he's grown as a human.
I love when people say that.
And it's like, and guess what?
Because these were so 3 years ago. I'm a totally different person now. I'm like, oh my God. No, you're not.
After they came out, he sent a letter to Harvard, and he tried to do everything. I will give him all the credit in the world in that after this, he reached out to the right people and said, I want to do right by you. That being said, one person got punished, and now they're saying, well, this guy shouldn't get punished. And they're also like, Harvard can educate him on this. And I'm like, why does he get into Harvard still?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, there's...
He's got money, clearly.
Yeah, but I know what I'm saying. He didn't get into Harvard. They rescinded his admission.
Was he going to?
He would have gotten in, yes. And they rescinded his offer, which means he had gotten in, and then they took it back. They took it back, yeah. But the idea is like, he's like, well, I'm sorry, so you shouldn't punish me. It was like that kid who like raped somebody and is like, well, I feel really bad about it. Like, you just don't put me in jail.
My lawyer says that I feel really bad about it. Yeah.
So, and that's...
here's the thing, people. Okay, if you're going to be like a racist, bigot, like crazy, like hateful idiot, don't put it out there for the world to take a snapshot of it and then bring it back 20 years later.
Keep it a secret, right, Todd?
Exactly.
But
you better keep it a secret.
So sorry.
Right when I said that to him, his butthole opened and then slammed shut.
It did, just so I could make the slamming noise. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. But anyways, that's just going all back. I was going back to, like, it was really just phony outrage is what I was kind of getting at, which drew me away from the Raptors parade. Now I'm going back in. People were climbing.
I see that.
I'm a fucking psychopath. But people were climbing those big arches in Nathan Phillips Square. And then somebody announced, they're like, hey, for your safety, would you mind, like, not being on those and get down? And the whole crowd's like, boo! Like, you can't tell us what to do.
Also, at the same time, would you please stop raping that woman? Boo!
Yeah.
Garbage cans are not to be lit on fire, and don't throw your babies in there. That's not constitutes a celebration. Boo! It's like, oh, geez. Like...
And then our premier, well, first the mayor John Tory was there. And, he gets the obligatory applause, right? And then they're like, and the Premier of Ontario, Rob Ford, is here. Now, anybody who doesn't really know our politics, you probably know who Doug Ford was, who was the crack...
bought crack off of him.
Yeah, he was the crackhead mayor of Toronto. His brother ran for mayor, lost to John Tory.
I don't hate John Tory.
I don't hate him.
I don't know whether he's doing a good job or not, but when I see him, I'm like, that man is a respectful man.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like a smart dude who keeps himself together.
Yeah, well, I just don't see anything that... Maybe it's because the other one was so polarizing that it's just like having a sorbet right now.
Yeah, it's sort of just like keep your pants on.
Yeah.
And don't get caught doing crack, and you'll turn out just fine.
Keep off the booger sugar.
The booger sugar.
Right?
I love that term.
Thank you very much.
Did you pick that up?
No, I did not. I've ripped that off from so many things.
Booger sugar.
But that's the whole thing. But then, so Rob Ford, who's now the Premier of Ontario, essentially governor if you're anywhere else, he comes out to WWE level booze.
Oh, just sweet. Oh, good. I'm glad. Good. He's a fucking asshole.
And then, strictly by contrast, I'm guessing, Justin Trudeau comes out. Yeah! It's like Hulk Hogan in 1990 comes out.
Oh, my
And I was just like...
Trudeau was there?
Yeah, he was there, and he was just...
I call him Trudy.
Yeah, so somebody has to. Legally, somebody has to. I don't know why.
He's a tranny that dresses like a dude.
Oh.
It's like reverse.
So tranny dude.
It's kind of like what's her name dresses like Buddy on stage in ye old times. And it was like, you're supposed to be a man playing a woman, not a woman.
You're talking Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I don't know, just the roundabout way you got to that was
Justin Trudeau is the love child of Fidel Castro.
They do.
Call in.
Yeah.
Call in.
It's not live, but
Now,
call
remember
it
we
anyway.
told you put Sophie Turner and Boy George together? Put Castro, young Castro,
Somebody
and
put-
Trudeau together in a picture. Like, whoa.
Somebody did do that. They do look very like there is a
Wow.
lot of similarities.
It's like way too close.
Yeah.
And all the children of the Rolling Stones look just like Trudeau as well.
Yeah.
Or would it be the opposite?
Fidel
Because
Castro's the new Genghis Khan.
Yep.
He's fucking everything. But
It's politic talk.
that's why baseball got so popular again. But yeah.
Rodriguez.
But yeah.
Wait, what's always the name? They got the same name. It's like one family, the whole league. It's like Rodriguez.
Well, there's
like,
Martinez is a big one, but there's a lot of Rodriguez. There's a lot of
Rodriguez.
And while we're talking about it, Big Poppy feel better. Somebody tried to assassinate
that's
Big
right.
Poppy.
They did.
I
liked him.
He's upgraded into good condition right now.
I
He's
forgot about that. I remember hearing about that.
He's still in the ICU. Apparently, they arrested the guy who did it, or they believe to have done it.
Right.
And they now have a lead on the guy who they think paid for it.
Oh, neat. Good.
So they're making headway. And then so we can go back to Kenan Thompson doing his sketch of which he does that so good too. He's like, I'm Big Papi. He's like, I like to eat mofongo, rodo de coco, hendo de queso frito, and he just like goes through all these things.
Big Papi.
And then
the old green monster. That's what they call my penis.
yep, you gotta see it, guys.
Oh my god.
It looks like if the Grinch like committed suicide. But there's just like brains all over the wall kind of situation.
It's a sight, all right.
It is a sight. Also, again, just jumping all over the place. MTV Movie Awards or MTV Awards. The Rock won the Generation Award, which is like
Right.
it's like the lifetime achievement without being so old.
Well, they're
for
kids,
it.
so they don't even, it's a lifetime.
Yeah, it's like to him, to
Four
them,
summers is a lifetime.
Yeah, to them, he's 80.
Who else won? What won best movie?
I honestly don't know a
Endgame.
lot of them. I don't know. I
have been
just saw
Infinity War.
I just saw the things that people found memorable and they put them up. But The Rock had like a really nice speech about like, being. It was like a motivational kind of speech about like being yourself, and he was like, what he said basically, he's like, I'm this big dude. He's like, I'm 6'4", I'm 275 pounds at the
Dear
time.
God.
This was at like when he started, and he's like, Hollywood comes to me, and they're like, nope, they're not going to get you. They're not going to understand a half black, half Samoan, like, gigantic guy. You need to lose weight. You need to stop the working out. And he's like, and I was just miserable. And he's like, so I just decided one day to stop conforming to Hollywood and make Hollywood conform to me. And then like crowd went nuts, right, and stuff, and like, and it's
he
true.
flexed.
But realistically, it's true. Like when he got
Yeah.
big is when he started doing shit his way.
Yep.
And-
he gets millions of dollars for promoting the movie too on his
course he does.
social media.
Yeah.
because he has so many people there that he actually. I think he's one of the first celebrities to actually get paid to do that. Like he gets millions of extra dollars on each movie just to be talking about it. Oh, this is from the or not the premiere, but we're on the set.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Fuck you, Vin Diesel. He's like, look at me.
Within 4 elections, Dwayne Johnson
Rock.
is the president of the United States.
Whoa, you heard it right here, man.
Within 4 elections, not
And
counting
Vice
this.
President Oprah.
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
Oprah will have been the president before him. No, you know it won't go 2 in a row.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they won't do 2 like actors in a row. But you think I think The Rock might be able to win. I think he could,
I think absolutely he can win, but I think the only thing he's missing right now would be a way to like establish himself in a political manner. He doesn't need to be a senator or a governor or anything like that,
You
but
gotta
he
do
needs
something
to he needs to like, hey, I'm not going to be in like action movies for a little while, and I'm going to focus on issues and like like those kind of
step
things.
out of the limelight of the movies and step into the political minefield.
For sure. And
The Rock. Could you imagine The Rock cutting a promo on his like political adversary?
think about what it would be like
Fucking,
if
like-
The Rock was against Donald Trump.
Oh my
this
God.
election.
That would be amazing. He would lay the smack down.
Yeah. So, Donald, what are you going to do about illegal immigrants? Well, it doesn't matter what you're going to do about illegal immigrants. Oh, that was one of the things he said, too, in his speech. He was told he couldn't be The Rock. They were like, don't call yourself The Rock anymore. He's like, what?
Yeah,
That's why he calls himself The Rock again. Because he's still Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Right.
but it went to Dwayne Johnson for
It
like
did,
his,
yes.
like not like around his walking tall.
Well, because even though they like
phase.
wrestling brought him into, they want to like forget like
Yeah.
where you came from.
Yeah.
That
Well,
you just automatically showed up and we're in a
Hollywood
movie.
wants to own him.
Yes.
They're like, well, we can't own you if you're still like, you know,
The Rock.
you're still claiming your birth name. Type
Your
thing.
birth name.
Your birth name,
The
Dwayne
Rock.
The Rock Johnson.
Oh, yeah, he's going to tell
his-
Trump
his-
he's going to take his toupee off his head,
His-
wrap it around that old 12-size boot, turn that son bitch sideways, and stick it straight up his candy ass. Blah, 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 blah.
His ass is made of anything but candy.
Yep.
It's made of fermented pizza dough.
Oh, my God. The Trumper Rumper?
Yes.
Oh, you fucking right. That's all pizza dough.
It's then and then just fold it in half once, and then like you just let that ferment and just let the gases release, and that.
If it was like a lump of pizza, like a whole lumpy pizza dough covered in acne, that's what Trump's ass like. It's probably greasy.
oh, it's probably really
He's
bad.
probably got more hair on his ass than he does his head. It's probably just gross as fuck.
I liked somebody drew like a portrait, but it was like of him naked, but it was like not.
I think it was
as
from what
much
Stormy
a ki-
Daniels
yeah.
said, from what her description
I don't
of
know,
him was.
yeah, but
wasn't
I don't know that for a fact, but I just know somebody just drew like it was an artist did it, and it was like it wasn't like a caricature of any kind. It was just
just a painting of naked Trump.
what he is, and it's
Yeah.
just ugh. But and that's me talking. So take that.
What are you
Trump.
talking about? I'd rather have you and Tommy grunt with that fucking piece of crap any
It's
day.
true.
Fuck that
'cause
guy.
I don't
I feel
sweat a
bad for
ton.
Stormy Daniels.
Oh, I know.
Oh, so what were you thinking,
She
Stormy?
made her choice.
She did actually.
Yeah,
Yes, she
not-
did.
I'm not.
You know what? I don't feel bad for her.
No.
I feel good for her. Career's a big uptick. Big uptick.
Yeah, she got into a whole thing with one of the Conan writers, Laurie Kilmartin, because she was like all of a sudden headlining comedy places because like people wanted Stormy Daniels and she was doing like this one woman show kind of thing.
Sweet.
And then so Laurie Kilmartin was like, hey, like, and she called out kind of like the clubs for like, hey, it's weird that you never want to hire a female headliner. Now the porn star shows up.
Yep.
And then so they got
Well,
into
what
like
do
a
you
little bit
know?
of beef. They're like, you're just jealous, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, here we go.
But,
oh, geez.
Because Twitter only leads to fights.
Buddy, that guy from Conan should have just slept with the president as well. And then, you know,
Yeah, that would have been
he was
fantastic.
jealous.
So
He wish he
jealous.
had a little of the
She,
Trump
not he.
tube up in him.
She.
Oh, it's a girl.
Yes, Laurie Kilmartin.
That's a guy's name.
Not very.
Sure. I see. I mean, I know like 5 Lauries.
All right.
All women.
I like that very much. Well, what else?
I don't
should we,
fucking know what the
should we
fuck's
talk
going on
about
out
next
there.
week?
Sure.
It's actually in the next 2 weeks. We got a 2-parter coming for you guys.
What?
Yeah, baby. We're taking our final journey to Middle Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
What a romp.
I know. So,
Woo. I use the word romp lightly.
yeah.
Like if romp meant like about wars, years away from home, shredding, heart emotion.
I use romp in a teenage third base kind of scenario where the guy's fingering the girl but he comes in his pants and then he like wipes the cum like on the grass and stuff like that. That's my version of a romp.
That's a romp.
That's a
I
romp.
like that.
That's my
That's
romp.
Are rompers a thing still?
Hashtag not my romp. Yes,
Are like
rompers are still a
rompers,
thing.
People wearing rompers.
Yes, there are rompers out there. So let us have a listen to the trailer.
The eye of the enemy is moving.
The end has come.
Every day, Frodo moves closer to Mordor. How do we know Frodo is alive? What does your heart tell you?
Come, Master. Come to Smeagol. This is your test. Every path you have trod through wilderness, through war, has led to this road.
The enemy will never let Aragorn come to the throne of Gondor.
It is time. Give him the sword of the king.
Become who you were born to be. The precious sleepy eyes. He means to murder us! Never!
I'm not sending him away. Come, Smeagol.
The order said that. The pieces are moving.
He is here.
that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day.
Whatever happens, stay with me.
This day, we fight!
All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
We shall see the Shire again.
You gave away your life's grace. I cannot protect you anymore.
We cannot achieve victory through strength of arms.
Not for ourselves, but we can give Frodo a chance.
So good.
Ooh, that preview was so good. I want to watch the movie again.
Well, we're gonna back to back.
Damn right.
But yeah, so it's our last one. It's very unlikely we're going to be doing The Hobbit. So it's we're dipping in. It's going to be the next 2 weeks, no break between. So just figure that out.
Power through, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You take a journey just like Frodo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think that wraps up for this week. Is there anything else you want to?
I like that. Frodatos. It's like potato skins, only in the shape of Frodo.
Nice.
And maybe your other Lord of the Rings will open a themed restaurant.
Nice.
Only potato skins in the shape of your favorite celebrities.
What's taters, precious?
Exactly. He hates taters.
He does not
now
like
he
them.
is one.
It's a whole thing. All right, guys. That is it for this week. We're going to see you next week. We're going to be doing The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Part 1 of 2. Then the week after that, The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Part 2 of 2. And then after that, just back to the usual shit. Like, what more do you want from us?
I was hoping we could have said something like then Part 3, because we filmed another ending.
Yeah, it's
oh
just
my God.
a sequence of 94 more endings.
Yeah, you're going to love it.
And then it's like,
if it happens.
Gimli, well, I'm back home. And then it's like, oh, another big thing.
Another big thing.
That's just what he
They'll
says.
add it in posts.
Well, and then the rest is for the sequel for Part 4.
Yes.
You're going to find out what the big thing is.
That big thing, yeah.
But what it is it's his wife's dick.
Because they made that joke right before.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you
yeah,
can't
it's
tell
like-
the women apart. The women have bigger beards and bigger penises than the men.
Way bigger. It's like the praying mantis, essentially. Only
Smaug.
dwarves. Smaug's there, yeah. There's going to be a lot of things. Anyways, except this time it's going to be done by... I can't remember the guy's name. Peter something. He was in Bosom Buddies.
Oh my God, yes.
I can't remember. I really wanted to nail that joke, but by having his name handy, and I just lost it.
Oh my God, who did? Tom Hanks can't even remember the guy's fucking name.
Peter Scolari.
Yes.
There it is.
Boom.
It's going to be a great day, guys. We're doing fantastic. All right. As always, find us at miscastcommentary.com. Find us podcast at miscastcommentary.com. That's how you email us. Call or text us 1-289-769-3288. It is a working number as far as I can tell. So give it
somebody call so we will know that it works.
Give it a call. Yes. I will send a to the first person who's not John that calls it.
He was the
last official contest winner, so that means
you can't win twice in a row.
Yeah. So
just like on the radio. I keep trying.
Yeah, but
I haven't won the first time to not win the second time.
Yeah, so it's a whole conspiracy, really.
I think so.
But
it's probably because I'm white.
Yeah, first one who calls, we'll like record the call and we can play it on the air if you so choose, and we can send you some sort of prize. So get in touch with us. Find us on Twitter at Miscast Podcast. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at Miscast Todd. Instagram at Miscast Commentary. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's not there yet. We'll get him there. We'll see.
I'm a late bloomer.
Go to our YouTube page. We're throwing out sketches. Did anybody see our latest stuff? We did the review of Disney Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and we did the greatest sketch of all time of the dramatic reading of My Bitch Better Have My Money.
That was a good one. I like that one.
So go check out our YouTube page and check that stuff out. All our episodes are there as well in video format. You'll see our faces and stuff for the coming Attractions episodes, at least the more recent ones. And yeah, a million ways to enjoy us. Tell your friends about us. Everybody, as always, I say the same thing always. Everybody tell one friend. Okay? We don't have to go crazy. We'll let that friend tell a different friend. If tell your whole circle.
We're not like saying tell 5 friends. Maybe you don't have 5 friends.
Yeah. I don't have 5 friends.
Acquaintances. I don't even know 5 people.
No.
I might. I just forget a lot.
I'm face blind. But so it's
everybody looks like No Face or Dick Tracy to this guy.
Yeah, it's Rorschach. But yeah, it's...
He enters a room. He goes, "My lovely wife." He just walks over to anybody and starts kissing them. Everybody else is like, "Oh my Lord."
Well, that's why I told Carrie we needed to get married in a swingers bar, because then it would be like, it wouldn't be so weird at the very least.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's 50% less likely that I'd run into a family member. So try my best.
50%.
50. Yeah.
You think about those odds.
A lot of waving dicks in the Finley family.
Oh, yeah.
The Finley clan, rocking them. Fuck. But, and the other part, please, if you can take the time to rate the show, comment on the show, review the show on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. It helps us get seen. It's like algorithms and things. I don't want to bore you with the stupid math because I don't know it. But the... Yeah,
that's what would make it stupid math, because he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
And to explain it would be, it
would make me look stupid.
Yeah.
But anyways, so just do all those things, or do one of those things each. Figure it out, like work it out amongst yourselves. Until then, we will see you cool cats later.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.